Hi, how y'all doing? It is July the 19th, 2024. It's Friday. Here in Ontario, Canada, the skies are blue. A few of those weird clouds, but mainly blue. Light breeze, about 21, 22, I think. So it's not that bad of a day, actually. Tomorrow is the full moon. Are you feeling the effects? I'm feeling them. I felt it as soon as I got up in the rise. I woke up at like 6, which is different for me. So, well, for a while anyway. I've been sleeping until 7. So yeah, as soon as I woke up, I felt the difference, and I was like, this is a different feeling. And I just sat here, and about an hour or 2 hours later, my son, he was awake. He said, "Mom, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" And he goes, "Because I haven't heard you make a sound for 2 hours." Right? I said, "It's just the energy." I said, "It's a full moon tomorrow, and I'm already feeling it." And he was like, "Oh, okay, that's good. I was just wondering, right? Because I usually hear you make a noise." I said, "No." So I said, "Do you feel the energy?" He's like, "Yeah." And he got the thing, right? So, yeah. And then I had the urge to go out to get some groceries. So I followed the urge and I did what I had to do. The people are still the same out there. Nobody smiled at me or anything, right? But I was just there to get my groceries and return home. So, yeah, people are still being weird. And I came home and he just talked to me most of the day. He went to work for a couple hours and then he came back and he just talked. Right? It was one of those days where he wanted to communicate with me. He joked around and his girlfriend was having problems with her family because her whole family's a narcissist, right? They're narcissists. And they've been picking on her, trying to keep her down, right? So she got away for the weekend, came here to spend the weekend with him. So we talked to her, give her some advice, therapy, right? And calmed her down. So I'm glad now they're having a good time. They're talking and doing what young people do. Alright? So yeah. Schuman's at 43 today. I believe it was a 54 yesterday. So it didn't come down much. I feel it, right? I feel there's like excitement, something going on in the energy, right? It's a good energy. My mood's been lifted, right? But for some people, it'll be hard. They'll be into their emotions, either chaos or sadness, right? Anger or sadness. For me, it's kind of an exciting feeling. But yeah, I can already feel it. Didn't see the moon all month except for seeing it not last night, the night before. I said, "Dawn, come here, you want to see the moon?" I was like, "Okay." I know, I always show him the moon, right? I think maybe it'll trigger something, or I don't know. He was like, "Oh yeah," right? So I wonder if I'll be able to see it tonight. It's been coming earlier, right? Like I seen it in the daytime the other day. So I suppose I should keep an eye out now for it. Might already be out there. Which I find weird. That ship is not keeping its schedule very good. So yeah, let's see. Dr. Kia Pruitt today did a report. Breaking news, right? Because the Chevron got overturned. This case in the United States, right? That was put in place by the Pope's um, Discovery Act or whatever. How they invaded us back in the 1400s. So that they would take over the rule and the laws and everything, everything. And it got overturned by the Chevron thing, the Chevron bill. I don't remember what it is exactly, right? Because it's all political, it's all legalese, jargon. So, but because they did that, that means most of the, what do you call it, departments of government, their programs and everything like this, are all legal. The police, policy officers, the judicial system, the health system, the animal, the forestry, everything. Everything they made pretty much is illegal. So it's all, they've lost their power. They're not allowed to do that, right? And today, what happens? She does a Kia Pruitt does a breaking news video, right? She usually talks about the Sarah, right? And I've spoke about her before in previous videos. And today it was about, what do they call it? Crowd surf? Or no. The internet's gone down, or has gone down in several countries, and in the United States, it was on the news that said that, you know, there's outages with the IT and with a thing called crowd strike. I gotta look that up, see what it is. And it'll cause airplanes not to be able to fly, and banks will be messing up, and or shutting down gas stations. See, went out to the reserve the other day. The gas pump wasn't working. It was doing all this weird stuff, right? I'm wondering if it's stuff like that, right? Malfunctioning. Same as I was thinking about Bitcoin, how all these truthers are saying to put their money in. Well, they all got money they're afraid to lose right in the bank. I got nothing, right? So Bitcoin doesn't mean anything to me. It's for the rich people. So to take it out of fucking the banks and put it in the Bitcoin and stuff like that. But I was thinking, when the internet goes down, because it's controlled by the bad guys, right? What happens to their Bitcoin, right? That's part of this computer internet service. Internet. When the new internet comes online, is it gonna bring that stuff over? I don't know. See, that doesn't sound right to me. Because everything in this world's gotta, the way it's done, has got to end. And it'll be a new way. I don't know. Just saying. It doesn't involve me anyway, right? I've got nothing to put anything anywhere. Alright? I live from paycheck to paycheck. So yeah. Just thinking about it. Weird, right? It is. How are you feeling with the energy today? How are your ascension symptoms? I have a strange taste in my mouth. And then my leg's still bugging me. But that's all. That's about it, right? I heard that really shrill ring today. Not the ring I usually hear. Like, my ears aren't ringing today. But I was sitting in my chair earlier today, and I heard bing, like really loud, right? And it lasted for like a minute, and then it stopped. And before, like, there's two friggin' ways to take it: as a psychic attack or as a download. So I said to myself, I accept this if it's positive energy, if it's a positive energy frequency. Other than that, if it's not, if it causes harm, I don't accept it, right? I don't consent. So, and I don't feel any different from it, right? I'm glad it's done, though, because like when it happened too, it was like the fan got quiet, but it was still working. I thought to myself, did the power go off? Right? Because that's how it felt. But yet the power remained on. So, different. I'm not sure what to make of it. Right? We haven't had those chemtrails here in quite a while either. Skies have stayed blue. Same as yesterday. I was saying about the cloud. I was thinking about the cloud seeding and the chemtrails and the frequencies the CIA put out and all that, right? And I said, it is my will that there is no more of this harmful stuff being done, right? Through technology, through HARP or any device that will cause harm and devastation or disaster to anything on the realm, right? I will it to be so it is to be, so it is. I'm grateful, right? You gotta put the intent out there. So yeah, just like I am limitless, I have an unlimited amount of anything, and everything in my life is perfect. So, just keep saying it, right? At least once a day. Tell the universe who you are, right? It'll show you. The guy that I drive around, they made him go to the hospital today, right? One of his roommates came over because the guy that has the truck, he put the truck in my name. So, because he doesn't have a driver's license, right? And the truck's getting pretty raggedy. So he's like, I know you won't screw me over, right? But like this other guy that had it in his name and had it insured can't do it anymore because he got DUI, right? So I was like, yeah, no problem, right? So now I gotta switch it all over and put it in my stuff under my name. But when the guy was here giving me the bill of sale and all that, um, he was complaining about the man and said that they were going to call an ambulance and get him taken to the hospital. I said, well, I would try to talk him into it the other day. And just yesterday when I was driving him around, I'd mentioned to him, right, that it could be an infection that's making him go crazy. It happens to women when they get UTI, urinary tract infections, right? And all you do, they do whatever, give them medication, and that goes away, right? So I said it could be something like that, since he has cirrhosis of the liver and cancer, right? It could have caused an infection that's messing with the firing of his cortexes or whatever in his brain. And they said, well, he said he's just getting so annoyed. He's just mumbling and, you can't understand him or nothing. And he threatened to off himself, right? And I said, well, I guess that's, since he's so confused, it's the best choice. Get an ambulance, and this way he can't not go, right? Because you can't force anybody to go. Because I know my sister tried to force my father to go to the hospital because he was an alcoholic, but they said, nope, not unless he causes harm to somebody or himself. We can't force him, right? So they got him to go to the hospital. I guess they called the ambulance, right? His son came up from the city, his sister, right? And so they all ganged up on him, right? Which is good news. I hope he makes it, because from what I seen the other day, he didn't have much of a longer life left in him. He was going downhill pretty quick. So let's see if the morons at the hospital can figure it out, right? I don't have any faith in them, but he doesn't either. But sometimes they get lucky. I know, I'm bugging. I'm just bugging. So, yeah, because they've all been taught wrong. It's not their fault, right? Until the med beds come. So, with all this, Kia Pruitt seems to think that all this internet outage, IT outage, and everything is the beginning of us shutting down. That they're going to shut. I think she's thinking that it's going to shut us down again, right? And then the good military is going to come out on the streets. It's going to be another pandemic kind of thing, maybe, to shut us down, right? I don't think that'll work. I don't think the people will fall for it 4 years later, kind of thing. It has only been 2 years later, actually, since we got out of lockdown. So we're going to have to pull something else off. I noticed that the Three Gorges Dam in China, they opened all the gates in it. They're flooding out half of the country. There was a giant landslide. Half of a mountain came down, right? Because I was thinking about the prophecy, right? Taiwan, or not, is it Taiwan? Yeah? China's Three Gorges Dam, and a fake nuclear war threat, right? And then the alien invasion threat too, right? So I don't think all of our signs have been played out. But who knows? They keep on changing the timeline. So I'm not sure what to make of it. We just have to wait and see, right? No fear. There's nothing to fear about. We just gotta let them finish this movie out, right? Sure, shit happens and people get hurt and all that, right? But it's still a movie. It's weird. It's hard to explain. It's a program. Think of a computer program running. We're really not here. This is just our spacesuits, right? We're just the avatar. I know. The air feels nice, so there's a nice feeling in the air, a fresh smell kind of thing. So something good's happening. I can feel it. I can. But don't worry, have faith. Whatever happens, happens. If you're meant to make it, you're going to make it. If you're not, you won't. Right? So no spookism and no fearism, right? A doomism. They're coming to take us. Oh no, we've lost. That's, well, if you're thinking that way, you know. They're probably coming for you. That's your doom, not mine. Right? I plan on going in a totally different direction. I see the light. I do. All right, let's see how this new moon or this full moon feels tomorrow, because I can already feel this really strange energy inside. It's exciting. It is. I'm just thinking, was there anything else I wanted to say? There's a lot of strange people out there. I was thinking maybe that's their true self. Maybe that's why people are looking so homely to me. And I don't see very many pretty people or beautiful people, right? They all look kind of strange. Well, most of them. I can't say all of them. I'm not sure. I keep my eyes open. I keep watching. Feeling the energy, right? Yeah. Alright. I love you all's consciousness. I'm sending you good health, sanity, joy, alright? And love. I'll say it again. I love you all's consciousness. Enjoy this night or day. Bye.